Okay, guys, welcome back to the Auction Finds series. Today we are looking at another retirement sale, as I said in the previous video. In this one, it has some older equipment, and it looks like it was a cattle guy that retired, or a guy that fed a whole bunch of cattle. With that, I'm not going to give you the long, drawn-out intro on this one. We'll just get right into it. I don't know what the next one in this series will be. I had mentioned that I was going to try and do some consignment ones, but I was looking at those, and they have one of the sales literally has almost 1,000 pieces of equipment on there, and the next one had 500. So I will probably do maybe the 500 piece equipment one if I can get enough time to do it, because I think that's going to take me several hours to set up. And this one alone took me a little bit longer than I'd like to admit, mainly because I must have a mod that's interacting with another mod and is causing some issues. So, anyways, with that, sorry about the long, drawn-out intro that I said I wasn't going to give you. We're going to go ahead and jump in. The first piece of equipment that was for sale was this approximately 150-gallon fuel barrel. I'll just say the price now because I can see the price. It went for the same price as the amount of gallons it can hold, approximately 150 gallons. It went for $150. So next up, they have a 3-point mounted sprayer, not this exact style, but pretty close to it actually. The only difference is the wings fold on top of each other instead of just sticking all the way out in front of the tractor like these would. Next up, they had this Demco. Not these exact side quest style. They're actually one. Each is 500 gallons. Each tank was 500 gallons. I think these say 1,200 gallons. I assume that's 1,200 gallons total. So, yeah. We'll go ahead and move on. We got a John Deere 9-point shank or 9-point ripper. This is more than 9 points. Yeah, 10. They have a 9.1 up there. The next one they had is this Case 55 13-point chisel ripper, exactly like this one, actually, except they're a little bit more sun faded, but that doesn't matter. Obviously, everything that's going to be used is going to be sun faded. Next up, they got a John Deere. Oh, whoops, scroll too far. Sorry, guys. They have a John Deere 825 row crop cultivator, exactly like this one. And yeah, so then after that, they had two rotary hose. Both are actually John Deere 400 rotary hose. One's got the shield still on it, the other one does not. So yeah, then up next is okay, here we are. It's actually a Case 6500 11-point ripper, which I think this is actually 11-point ripper, just like this. So these are literally identical. Just take this, instead of this being the Alice Chalmers style one, it's a Case style. Next up, we have a a Case 496 disc. So this is just a 490. It's 24 foot. The only difference they have, it has a 3-bar harrow on it instead of nothing on the back like this one has. The harrow exactly like the one that's on this Wilrich cultivator. It is definitely not a 2800, but it's a Wilrich cultivator. Does not actually have the number on the auction site. Three-bar harrow, and yeah, I think that's the only thing that's, yeah, nothing's different on that. Okay. I wonder if that actually is. I guess it doesn't have the number on there. So on the cultivator there. Next up, we are into 3 augers. They got one that is, I was about to say the company, but it's a local company again that I won't say the name of because I kind of like people not knowing exactly where I am. It's a 81-foot auger. I don't know why that wouldn't come out. 81-foot, 13-inch, 81-foot auger. Next up, they had a 10-inch, 72-foot auger, identical to this style, just not the brand name. And then they had another, uh, yeah, actually it was 61-foot auger as well. And it was an 8-inch instead of a 13-inch like this one is. Next up, this guy had a ton of chopper boxes. Um, I guess he has 5 on the sale. I only put 4 out here. That was my bad. I counted wrong the first time. They're not New Holland and Gale brand. Well, yeah, they're not New Holland or Gale branded. Looks like it was an older brand that got bought out several years ago when I looked it up. Yeah, they have not made any boxes in several years. But yeah, on to the wagons. He had 2. Sorry, I meant to click out so I could scroll down. He had 2 Demco wagons instead of Killsborough. They're 2 Demco wagons. They're 300 bushels, just about what the size of these would be. But then he did have a J&M wagon that is a 600 bushel one. Next up, I accidentally flipped these. Instead of, this is like the JBS brand here, it is actually an Artsway branded spreader. The next thing is he does have this Kuhn Night spreader, just a lot more sun faded and worn. Actually, this almost looks brand new. The Artsway one that he has looks almost brand spanking new. Next up, he does have or had, I guess it was a sale, had a New Holland 185 spreader identical to this. Except for he had boards on top here instead. Yeah, like an extra board on top. Okay, so next up, he had 2 hay racks here. These are both John Deere hay racks. They, just like his, they're John Deere running gear. And then yeah, boards on top of the running gear. So next up, we have the rakes. He had a brand I have never heard of, wheel rake, but I have heard of this H&S, and this is literally identical to it. Just his has another wheel on the end of each of these to make them a little bit bigger. Then yep, has another five wheel rake, just like this one, except for it's red instead. Next up, he has a New Holland and a John Deere mowers identical to these. Sorry about the planes. Probably should be doing this on a different map that doesn't have the planes like this, honestly. Maybe I'll do that for the next episode. I'll find a different map. Maybe I should just start jumping around maps. Huh, that's something to think on. But we'll get there. Yeah, they don't fold back like these do. They all just kind of fold and sit in front. Or sit straight out instead of, yeah, fold it back. Sorry. Long-winded way to say that. But yeah. Next up, he had his feeder wagon. Not this style. It's a different style. I think it's a local company that makes it or made them. I don't think it's made anymore. Or maybe they do. I don't know. I don't recognize it, but I don't feed cattle that often, so I didn't recognize that up there or that feeder wagon. But this is actually pretty close to it. Just not the brand. Obviously, is like I was saying. Well, it's about the same amount based on the looks of it. So next up, he had a 6-row chopping head for silage, identical to this, and then had a 8-foot hay head, identical to this. Wait, is it actually the same number? 6? I don't think that's the right number. Nope, that's not the right number. I can see it now. Okay, and then on to the silage harvester itself. We'll actually give you the numbers on it. It's a 5.8 or 5830. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So it's a 5830. It had 3,278 hours, 2,000 engine hours. Engine was overhauled within the last 5 years. It says 20-inch front rims, 14-inch back rims. So, or tires, I guess, not rims. It doesn't necessarily say rims. And then he actually has 2 earlidge they're corn heads set up for earlidge, so they'd just be able to attach to this, and you can use it for earlidge. Next up, we get into his tractor haul. He has a 4430. Instead of an open station like this, it's closed, but the mod I have doesn't close that in, unfortunately. Has loader attachment. Yeah, so then on to the next. Oh, wait. I'm an idiot. Did I leave? Oh, I did. Dang it. Okay, well, sorry guys. I meant to change out one of these for a 4240, but I didn't. I must have forgot to do that before I started filming. So sorry about that. One of these was supposed to be a 42 or 30 or 4240, and then yeah, the other one was a 4230 instead of that. Yeah, so that was a mess up, but oh well. So the next thing must have been his two newest buys, I'm guessing, looking at this sale. But yeah, he is a 2005 7520, and does not have duals on it, just has rear weights, or doesn't even have the hub on it, so you could attach duals. Next up has a 7320. It is a 2012 as well. The only thing this one has the only thing that his has that this doesn't, looks like he might have had a loader attachment on it by the looks of it. Because right after that is one that says that it could fit that this tractor. Oh, I guess I could say hours. What? Holy cow! The 7320 has 13,804 hours. The 7520 has 3,940 hours. How did he get that many hours in 10, 12 years? Holy cow! Must use it like every day. Which makes sense, I guess. If he's feeding cattle, he probably did use it every day. Okay, so he had a couple trucks with dump truck boxes on them. One looks like he had it set up for silage, so it has just a extra tall fence on this side here. But yeah, he has two identical Mack dump trucks, and yeah, two identical Mack ones, and then two identical International ones. Well, actually not identical. Scratch that. Sorry, I should have scrolled down a little bit further. One of them has a red box instead of a white box, but the other one has a white box. And then one looks like it was also set up with a silage fence on the side too. Okay, with that being said, it's getting dark on here, so I gotta get everything sold. I'll probably do it do the next episode on another map, so we'll see where we're at. But yeah, with that, as always, do me a favor, like and subscribe down below. Every little bit helps. I greatly appreciate all your guys' support in watching videos recently. My numbers are growing almost exponentially every day now, which is awesome. And my subscribers have been growing pretty substantially as well. So yeah, with that being said, I want to thank you guys again for watching, and I hope I get to see you in the next one. Peace.